Greetings everyone, welcome back to our channel, now rebranded as Seek the Truth. We couldn't have made it here without your continued support, so thank you. We recently ran a poll and a majority of you voted for a video on ancient Egypt. Today we'll be diving into a topic that many of you might not be aware of. Did you know that beneath the Giza Plateau there are extensive tunnel systems and chambers that have yet to be excavated? The Egyptian authorities have not allowed people to enter or excavate them, so we have limited knowledge of what's really down there. It's also worth noting that Hawass has denied the existence of subterranean chambers in the past, even though he was filmed in the same chambers he denied. Later in this video you will see this footage, so make sure you stick around to the end. In my opinion, Hawass is a complete muppet. In this video, we'll be using footage from Ben at Uncharted X, whose channel is an excellent resource. In this video, we'll be exploring the labyrinth of shafts that are found in the Giza Plateau. As you can see, are covered to prevent access and filled with thousands of years worth of sand. We don't even know how deep they are since they have never been excavated. The subterranean chamber, which is about 100 feet below the center of the Great Pyramid, directly carved into the bedrock. There is a shaft that goes even deeper, as you can see, but is blocked by sand and has never been excavated. There are other shafts that lead off, but they seem to end with no real explanation or reason why they are carved. It's fascinating, but there's no clear explanation as to why this was made and what its purpose was. It is quite possible that the shafts go down even further into the bedrock, and they could link up with other tunnel systems underneath the Giza Plateau, but unfortunately we will never know for sure without excavation. Now the next part we're going to look at is the Osiris shaft, which is another incredible place on the Giza Plateau. It's closed to the general public and requires special access to enter. Inside the Osiris shaft, there are 3 chambers connected by a series of ladders. Ben enters the chambers, and what is interesting is that there is a sarcophagi that weighs between 8 and 10 tons. It's a mystery how the ancient people managed to move such huge and heavy artifacts through these narrow shafts and passages. The sarcophagi, or sarcophagus, is made from dacite and is one of the only examples found in Egypt. Its quarry is unknown and has some strange residue. The lower chamber is the most interesting. Hawass was filmed here when they drained a chamber of water in the past, showing the tunnels that lead off from this chamber along with another sarcophagus. This is the same place he denied being in. Let's take a look.
I will go now and show you this exciting place.
Zahi, the American prophet Edgar Casey talked years and years ago about a lost civilization, hidden tunnels that would lead to answers about it. Could this have anything to do with that?
You know, Susie, Edgar Casey and lost civilization, it's a legend, it's a myth. The Arabs in the last century, they talked about all of this, and Psychic brought it to us back. But, to be fair, I did not excavate this tunnel yet. Then really I don't know where it leads us.
It is very similar to the subterranean chamber under the Great Pyramid. How they constructed this to move 12-ton sarcophagus here is a true mystery. The water level is high now, making it impossible to explore these chambers. It should be a priority to find out where they lead and what's really under the Giza Plateau. The evidence suggests that there are huge voids below the plateau, and along with Ben, I believe that they may already know the answers, but are not sharing their findings publicly. Once again, the real truth is being hidden from us. There is evidence to suggest that the rumours of the Hall of Records or some sort of underground temple below the Sphinx are most likely true. Many surveys and ground-penetrating radar tests have shown that there are indeed voids under the Sphinx. This could all add up to be part of the same network of tunnels and chambers. Lastly, it is interesting that there are gaps or holes in the causeway in the giant paving blocks. The size of the voids under the causeway could indeed be huge, and this could suggest the presence of chambers or other structures below the Giza Plateau. However, without further investigation, it is difficult to draw any definitive conclusions. The Egyptian authorities have chosen not to excavate or investigate further due to concerns about preserving the historical site, preventing damage to the structures. It is also possible that there are logistical or political reasons for their decision. In my opinion, they just don't really want everyone knowing the extent of construction below the ground because it causes problems with the mainstream timeline of the ancient Egyptians. Regardless, the Giza Plateau and the surrounding areas remain an incredible source of mystery and wonder, and there is much that remains to be discovered about the ancient Egyptian civilization and the remarkable feats of engineering and architecture they accomplished. I hope you enjoyed this video today. It was just an overview of some of the lesser known artifacts and lesser known areas on the Giza Plateau, and thanks again to Ben from Uncharted X for his boots on the ground, extensive time and effort that he spends in Egypt. We'll see you all soon on the next video, and remember, don't forget to seek the truth.